outstanding story, and we're about to see him for the first time in Australia. Let's get him out here for the next one.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome back to the action. We are coming to you from the incredible city of Melbourne. Yes, welcome along to the Melbourne Darts Masters, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, all part of the World Series. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the millions of viewers joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players. Would you please welcome New Zealand's #1, Puha! And now, ladies and gentlemen, from England, the winner of 4 PDC ranking events. He is a 2-time World Series finalist. And ladies and gentlemen, time to meet the reigning champion,
Always good to have a world champion in Australia. We don't have too many of them anymore in sports. Great to have Rockhouse here. Let's see how he goes in his Aussie debut. Hand it back to Stuart, and back in the hot seat is Bozza.
Yeah, so there you go. How's that in terms of walk-on music? What about Puha's one? That was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Maori music in Melbourne for the Kiwi #1.
And forever, in terms of world champions, I can remember 1999 being one with Manchester United. That was a long time ago, Bud Stewart.
Expand.
Well, 1999, we won the World Club Championship against Palmeiras in Tokyo. But like I said, that's coming up to a 20-year anniversary. It only seems like last night.
Well, there is the world champ, Rob Cross. I hope Puha, New Zealand, yeah, #1 in the current New Zealand rankings, made a big impression in Auckland last weekend. Has won a hatful of events on the DP-NZ Tour. He's actually a really, really good golfer. For those who don't know, pro golfer, plays on the Australian and New Zealand Pro-Am Tour.
Wow. Did Rod have a game with him today?
Rod Harrington will have game anywhere.
Rod Harrington, but everyone, when I say Rod, what I'm talking about, you know, he actually got dragged off the course today, he told me, after 12 holes because of the extreme winds.
Yeah, I believe so. Paul Gow, part of our team here.
Yeah, he'll be
Paul
on.
Gow, Fox Sports, we'll hear from him later on. Part of our team this weekend in Melbourne.
You can talk golf with both of you. You love talking about golf, don't you, Stuart?
We'll leave it there, Buzzer. We'll leave it there. But yeah, Paul Gow, he was a top 50 player, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So we'll hear from him. Their game of golf ruined by the wind.
100.
Rob Cross hasn't quite hit the heights since winning his World Championship. It's a struggle for him. It's difficult sometimes to carry that burden.
I was going to say, when you hit such a high, you know, and nobody expected. I mean, he was 20th seed, I think, for that World Championship. To sort of reproduce that on the same year, it must be difficult. So,
hey, but a worthy world champ as well. He was fantastic throughout.
Yeah. Amazing story, wasn't it?
Not just a good darting story, but a great sporting story. And as Rod Harrington said, it just shows what can be achieved. That's why we were in Las Vegas and Shanghai. Cross at 180. Great start for the world champ possible. 11 darts are on the cards. You were in Russia at the World Cup. More down in the moment. Let's see if Rob Cross can win this opening leg.
Good comeback there by Puha.
Well, he was looking for the treble 13, but it ended up in the treble 6, and he made a terrible mess of that. 31 scored. I mean, plenty in hand there for Rob Cross, but just lost focus. So 18 for double 16. That's where he likes to be, over that side of the board. Double 16.
On the other side.
Well, he will be back. No, 140 put pressure on. Yeah. Big 20 to leave tops.
140.
Can't afford to miss here, the world champion.
Can't.
Rob Cross calls for the 11 dart leg. He left 81 after 9, and they made a mess of the next visit. What a chance for the Kiwi. Can he take it? Oh.
Big chance there for
It
him.
was, and I'd be surprised if he gets another opportunity. Well, delay. Yeah, no mistake this time. Rob Cross finally gets away with it. The winner of this will play Michael Smith in the quarterfinals. Yeah, we were saying you were in
Correct, 5
Russia
weeks.
at the World Cup.
5 weeks.
Fantastic experience.
Really was, Stuart. I can't say enough. You know, in fact, a lot of people say, well, you sound like a broken record, but the bottom line is there's nothing else to say other than it was a fantastic place. The people were great. I'm sure all the English supporters, here we go. Oh, all the English supporters over there will testify to that. Food was great. Security, I've never felt safer. Done a wonderful job, the organisation and infrastructure as well. Even in places like Kazan, Samara, it was really good. And of course, the football was a bonus, and we saw a lot of shocks and a lot of teams probably going, you know, further than anyone expected beforehand. And from a personal point of view, Gareth Southgate, a teammate of mine, I was so proud and happy for him to get England. He's done a fantastic job to get into the semi-finals. And of course, coming from Croatian ancestry to see them make the final, not only play the way they did, but behave the way they did as well, I thought was really good. But I thought France in the end, although Belgium deserve a special mention, but France in the end I thought were worthy winners of the whole tournament.
Shocks in the World Cup, maybe some shocks in the darts tonight, we shall see. I mean, you were messaging Gareth Southgate throughout the... I mean, you played with him for 5 years at Aston Villa?
Yeah, I did. And like I said, he was always a fantastic player, much underrated player. And when Brian Little, who was their manager at Aston Villa at the time, signed him, he was actually a midfielder from Crystal Palace. And Brian Little brought him back into the back three, funny enough, because we wanted somebody who, you know, who could play out from the back. And he took a lot from that. And I thought, like I said, with England, you know, if I'd offered you or any other English this quarter before the tournament. I said, I can guarantee you right now, if you sign this form, you're to the semi-final. Do you want to take a risk and get there? I think nearly all of them would have said, we'll take it. And regardless of what anyone said about teams they play, all they can beat is the teams that are in front of them. I thought they did really well. Maybe a little bit too far, like I said, but they had chances against Croatia to put them away.
We got greedy. We wanted more. We wanted a lot more.
Harry Kane scores that goal.
2-0.
It's over.
Yeah, savage. The story of English football down the years, ifs and buts and coulds and shoulds.
Well, I think this is a start of something special. Because they're a young side, and you know, they've got the young boys, the under-20s, the under-17s. I think it was, were both world champions or European champions. So obviously some very good players coming through. So fingers crossed, because you see what it does to the country. All the countries around the world do well. I remember Russia when they beat Spain on that Sunday. It was amazing because none of the Russians expected their team to go particularly far.
96.
As we're talking, Ross takes a 2-0
from Moscow
lead.
back to Melbourne.
Yeah.
2-0 it is to Rob Cross.
I think it's very important for these top-seeded players to get off to good starts. It doesn't, you know, saw in the opening game, you know, Raymond gave O'Donnell a bit of a chance, and really O'Donnell could have won in the end for 2 up. Raymond had to come back and win 4 legs straight. But then we saw in the last game with Smith basically take it away from Puha straight away, and I think it's important that they do this, because you know nobody wants to be on the back of a shock when you're one of the seeds.
Absolutely. Mike Smith found out in Auckland last weekend. Unfortunately, so far, Puha hasn't been able to reproduce the darts that we saw from him in Auckland. He was 3-1 up against Kyle Anderson. Missed a dart, go 4-1 up, and you feel then it would have been game over, and eventually lost 6-4. He had a really good chance to cause a shock in Auckland, but you have to say, on the evidence that we've seen so far here, isn't going to come close to Rob Cross, the world champion, tonight. We shall see.
93.
During that World Championship, Stuart, when Rob took it out at any stage before, say, the semis, or did you have a feeling that this could be, you know, this could be a Rob's time, you know, outsider?
I think as the tournament went on, you just knew that he had a really, really good chance. He survived match darts against Michael Smith, and that epic semi-final against Michael van Gerwen, which went all the way to a last leg shootout. He survived match darts there, and his performance to beat Phil Taylor in the final was nothing short of magnificent, majestic. It was brilliant. Tops it is for 3-0, and Rob Cross is racing away.
Right.
Yeah, but he was a worthy winner. That was no doubt. You know, we go back to Gary Anderson winning his World Championship, and in the space of 24 hours he beat Michael van Gerwen and then Phil Taylor to win his World Championship, and that's exactly what Rob Cross did. He beat van Gerwen in the semi-finals, and then of course Taylor in the final. So yeah, a worthy winner.
And the only player to have survived match starts in 2 different rounds and then go on to win the world title as well. So that's what I was asking. Do you ever get that feeling this is going to be his? You know?
Yeah, I think he did as well.
97.
Cross, of course, has reached the finals in both Las Vegas and Shanghai on this World Series roadshow in 2018. Enjoyed every minute of it as well. He's really embraced what the World Series is all about.
140.
So a chance here for the Kiwi to get a leg on the board. At the moment, you have to say, not much hope for Hopes.
96.
But he should win a leg here.
Yep. Chance for him here.
The one dart at tops.
Got it. Well done. Well done to Puha. Hopefully that body language will start to change a little bit.
comfortable so far for Rob Ross, you have to say.
Yep.
The Kiwi just hasn't really challenged him on the scoring steps enough to put any pressure.
Yeah. He needs to build that pressure. He's got that feeling at the moment that yeah, that cross is.
134.
Anytime Puha gets close to him, he's just going to put the accelerator on.
He'll be back in the commentary box a little later on for what could be the
biggest
match of the
Australian
night.
derby, yeah.
Simon Whitlock against Corey
Cadbury,
Cadbury.
yep.
123.
What a game, actually.
Match of the night on paper so far. The match of the night so far has been the opening game between O'Donnell and Barneveld.
You are joining us, Barney scraping through.
6-4.
6-4. Yeah, Michael Smith, a convincing winner over Tim Pusey. 6-2. At the moment, it's plain sailing for Rob Cross, world champion.
193. 53.
So tops then for Rob Cross.
He can big 4-1 lead.
Good marker for him. Double 10.
Oh.
20. Away require 139.
Wonderful darts, but it is a chance. It's half a chance for Puha.
Treble 13. So Cross will come back to try and make it 4-on.
103.
Good effort from Kiwi. Already missed 3. No mistake this time. Rob Cross leads 4-1.
Commanding lead now for Cross. There we go. Wonderful comeback by Puha. Great carry then. You can see how down he was at his performance after winning his first leg.
Enjoy
That was super.
140.
Another good comeback by Cross too.
Look at this, look at this for the Kiwi. How lucky. The deflection there, taking it out of the treble into the single. A good leg this has been. Grown in stature, hasn't he, after that first 180?
136.
Oh, brilliant. He's left 45 after 9 here.
Sixteen. Away ball 45.
Here we go.
Just got the 13, double 16.
Right ahead. Good lad. Well done. Making a game of it.
I say we talked about it before, Bozza, but the real difference, certainly in Auckland and here, the standard of the qualifiers, the Australian and New Zealand qualifiers has grown.
It has. And it does. It does. When we spoke about that, and that's the same, like I said, in all sports. And we know, obviously, in the Football World Cup.
Get the experience.
You do. I mean, look, a lot of people are not happy the Football World Cup will eventually go to 48 teams. They will say it sort of ruins the quality. But you've got to start somewhere. It was only in, what, I think it was 1978, it was only 16 teams. Then it went to 24 and 32. It gives these people an opportunity. And now you see, you know, we saw some great performances from some of the so-called minnows. I mean, Japan were excellent. They were 20 minutes away from beating Belgium, South Korea, Iran, you know. So you need to give these people an opportunity to show them those, and the standard will improve. If I play you at table tennis, Stuart, and you beat me 21-0, but if I keep playing you continue, there's only one person that's going to improve, and that's me. Like that one? Absolutely. Mind you, you could remind me about that if in 10 years' time you still beat me 21-0.
Because Gary Anderson lost in China. Michael Smith lost in Auckland. Barney's been beaten. Van Gogh was beaten. You may remember back in Sydney at the Pavilions.
Remember that.
But the likelihood of an upset is certainly increasing year on in the World Series, as has been proved. Good pressure though from the New Zealander. Double 5 though for Rob Cross.
Oh! 120. Have a chance here for Puha. Going to take some good darts. It's a chance.
One treble 19 will leave him at least a dart at the bull. There we have it. So it is the bull. Oh! Well, that's a great effort from the New Zealander, Rob Cross there. It was heart in mouth time.
It was.
The world champ, gonna get this.
Got it.
Snubbing out, you feel, any hopes, the hopes had of a comeback.
We spoke about that earlier. Definitely had that feeling from the start. Wonderful start by Rob Cross. Went to race to a 3-0 lead. Puha came back, and he just, every time he comes back and gets anywhere near, just a little bit further beyond him.
Yeah, no switch here, Puha.
57.
But averaging 90-91, very similar.
134.
Cross here, just looking to finish it. You feel in this leg?
60.
Cross has had far many more opportunities at doubles. Been pleased with this, Rob Cross. A good step start. And the prospect, it seems, of what should be a cracking quarter-final against Michael Smith on
Another one.
Saturday night here in Melbourne. Quarter-finals on Saturday, and of course the semi-finals and final on Sunday at the Hisense Arena. He went for double-double to try and win it in some style. He's let himself tops.
Can't do it now.
Well, that's one way of leaving double 16.
Yeah, very much so.
Good effort from the Kiwi, but is that the last dart he will throw? Double 10.
Got it.
Yeah, so Rob Cross gets the job done. Yeah, did really well. Another battling performance from Hope Puha, the Kiwi #1, but Rob Cross wins by 6 lengths to 2 to set up a quarter-final against Michael Smith. One of the big names of world darts coming up next here in Melbourne. The recent world match play champ, a 6 times World Series winner. It's Gary Anderson next at the Hisense Arena.